Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read. We're going to talk about Sunday, the 22nd of January, 2023. I do want to thank you, as always, for joining me for this reading. But do keep in mind as we move forward with the reading that this is general for the day for all 12 signs. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I did channel 4 different random messages to speak upon this Sunday. First and foremost, I got, well, that went well. Well, that went well. And then money to be made, as well as proven right. There's going to be one, if not multiple, moments throughout this day where, whether it's more in regards to what you spoke about or thought, right, or concluded in one's mind in the recent past, it could be more so throughout this day. In one way, if not multiple ways, you're proven correct, all right? And then new information, whether you're more so providing that to somebody, if not multiple other people. But I feel for most, you're receiving this new information, all right, of importance. But I did pre-pull an overall tarot to speak upon this Sunday, and we got the Eight of Wands. For a lot onto the reading, even if you don't plan for it to be, or even if you don't want it to be, it feels like a bit of a more of a fast-paced day in comparison to Saturday, in comparison to, I want to say, even Friday. But I do feel like it's a day where you potentially will have to get from one situation to the next, potentially stepping into this Sunday and deciding to get more accomplished, do more than you anticipated, right? More than you were planning on. Let's pull from the Mermaid Tarot and see what else we get. Let's do some shuffling. You may feel a little bit out of it throughout the Sunday, wouldn't be surprised, but I feel like whether you're going to work, whether you're communicating with somebody of importance or specifically for your situation, there's one, if not multiple occurrences, or just, I want to say in some way, shape, or form, it probably involves communication with the Eight of Wands. That's pertaining to, well, that went well. It feels like there's a good turn of events or just a good outcome, right? You feel satisfied and just, they're saying awarded, but you feel grateful and just, again, satisfied with the outcome. I feel like that was so wordy. The Knight of Wands, I feel like it's a day where you're being viewed as very bold, okay? Very bold, but feeling as if you're questioning things, even if you're not vocalizing that, it comes through in your energy. I do feel like your physical figure will take a highlight at one point throughout the day, but I also just feel like it's like you have your guard up to a certain extent due to the past, and that's going to be taking a highlight. But I feel like in one, if not multiple ways, the past is coming up in when it comes to what you're watching, or when it comes to what you research, or what you just scroll upon, when it comes to an online ad or a commercial. Does that make sense? And I feel like this day reminds you that you are protected. I feel like this might even happen more throughout, I want to say, a 3-day period for some, being Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the weekend. But I just feel like it's an independent day, to say the least, even with the teamwork or the and or bonding that a lot have oneself involved with. But I feel like you might be viewed in a slightly creepy manner, however that comes through for you. I know for me it's going to be because of my spirituality. However it pertains to you, it's not a major thing to focus on throughout this day, right? Stay focused. Stay busy if need be. Just do what you got to do, and don't let it ruin your mood. But I also just feel like you are wrapped up with somebody who's more judgmental than they appear to be, right? Or than they want to lead on. But I feel as if being drawn to this reading, you'll see right through it. Right? Bear with me. You will see right through it. I also feel like there's one, if not multiple points throughout the day where you stumble on your words, you get a bit nervous. But Spirit's saying, look around you, especially if you're empathic. Who, or think about who's close by, who is just extremely awkward, right? And that's, everybody's different, right? I'm not making fun of them or anything of the sort, but I just feel as if you need to notice that nerve or that nervous moment or two, it just wasn't you. But I feel like you're wanting to spend time alone. You might be wrapped up with people throughout this day or one specific person, and in that moment, you're thinking about how you would rather be within your lonesome. Interesting. Your solitude. But I also feel like somebody's predicting, even if they're not vocalizing it, that you're going to be a leader at this job or just in one way, shape, or form. I feel like you're being viewed as a trendsetter in certain ways. Somebody who just knows what they're talking about, again, proven right. If you're predictive in nature, you're just going to be so on point, especially, I want to say, with what you don't speak about. Very interesting. Unspoken words of wisdom at times leaves you with more power. Very, very interesting. But I feel like it's a day where you do have to dig for the inner strength at certain points. You could feel a bit limited or trapped within a situation. But Spirit's saying, what have we learned from the the ups and downs of your past potentially similar situations, even though they're not the same? What have we learned to make the best out of that kind of limitation, or just, say you're stuck in a work environment or something of the sort. What can we do to enjoy oneself a bit more? But I do feel like it's a day where, regardless of how much communication is taking place, you're communicating with ease, and that's taking a focus as well. 624, look up the angel number meaning, 624. I feel like you are glowing in certain ways throughout this day, even if you feel there's certain imperfections or blemishes, something of the sort, right? Or you're not loving the outfit you chose. I feel as if you, or how you did your hair is what I heard, you were glowing either way, and people are noticing that, and potentially a little bit of jealousy floating around in the air. But I do feel as if you are going through a bit of a balancing act. Something's going to rub you the wrong way at a certain point throughout the day, but I feel like you'll shake it off quite easily. Some people might feel as if you naturally, energy-wise or just look-wise or both, talent-wise potentially, take a center focus and just draw attention towards you. And I feel like at certain points throughout the day, you won't want this attention, but you might be used to it, or just will deal with it with a sense of ease and comfort. Spirit's saying a lot drawn to the reading, need to accept that you're meant to be, stared at is what I'm hearing. You're meant to be looked upon in a positive light, and it leave people curious and pondering all the meanwhile. Interesting. I also just heard a thinker. I feel like this day is highlighting the fact that you're a true thinker, but don't let that get don't overdo it with that, right? Don't let that get out of control. I do feel like there's certain moments throughout the day where you have to have patience, whether it's more so due to your spirituality, due to your magical way of being is what I just heard. Other people's energy, you name it. There could be more than one reason. Noise factors for some. But I do feel like it is a bit of a magical day. I did get the magic card from the Sacred Forest deck when I was contemplating on whether or not to use that deck, which I chose not to, obviously. But I feel like looking at this imagery, there's a bit of a colorful vibe about how you produce, develop your mannerisms, right? The movements about you. Even if you feel a bit rushed or just having to pick up the pace, say you're walking somewhere or driving somewhere, migrating, or with what you're trying to accomplish, you still are looking quite magical and graceful in the midst of glowing. But I feel like any self-care that you do implement throughout this day is very beneficial, naturally. I do feel like, again, new information coming to be flowing towards the majority drawn to the reading in regards to a new financial investment. It could be a new job. It could be in regards to potentially to benefit what you're producing and developing. Could be through or for more than one situation. But I feel like it's quite gratifying, the moments where you're proven right and quite easily absorbing and remembering information. Spirit saying you might impress oneself by remembering what you're told or what you learn with ease, all right? Bear with me. I do feel as if there are going to be moments throughout the day where you feel as if you know an answer or you should speak your mind, but then there's going to be part of you that feels the need to hold back or to just keep your mouth shut, and Spirit saying trust that feeling. trust that intuitive hit that's coming to be. I feel more than one reason why. And I just heard, let somebody speak, let somebody speak. But the world, I feel like as well, there's a vibe about this day where you're not meant to overly stress, or you're not meant to over exude, just kind of float through the day and do what you got to do, and watch how you don't feel burnt out by the end. Very interesting. So regardless of how much you have going on, what you need to accomplish, how fast paced it feels at certain points, it could feel kind of alternating, right? Running around accomplishing, and then things are slowing down and they pick back up again. But either way, you're not meant to feel burnt out by the end, okay? I'm not saying you're going to end the day and the Sunday at a certain point and feel super energetic by any means, but you're not meant to feel burnt out either. But the day does highlight how much your world is in your control, in your hands. I'm hearing you're in the driver's seat. You're in the driver's seat, right? But it is this vibe where at a certain point, some of us being drawn to this reading will feel like we just have to keep swimming, right? Even with certain obstacles, even with certain frustrations, needing to dig for that patience once again, needing to rebalance things out. You just have to keep swimming and get things done. But Spirit's saying there's more time on your hands than you're giving yourself credit for, than you're acknowledging, right? Or remembering. So try not to rush. The Two of Swords, because I do feel like somebody is a bit combative with their energy, even if they don't realize it. But I also feel like you are thinking about what you still don't know, and you could be coming up with questions, concerns, mulling things over. They're saying do not question. Do not question, all right? So it feels like a bit of a busy Sunday once again, where things are speeding by. To a certain extent, it might feel like the day just kind of, they're saying disappears, or just races by. It's finished before you know it, right? And I do feel like this is a day where, with the new information flowing in, being proven right, the money that there is to be made, whether it's throughout this day or moving forward, it feels accomplishing, right? And Spirit's saying when things go better than expected, even if you're expecting the best, feel good about that, right? And move forward and understand that things are going to work out even better for your path, right? For your future. I feel like that was worded horribly, but I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your Sunday, and I'll see you next time.